Alright. BAS and FRO, Fancy Baseball Podcast. Thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Welcome back, Abe.
Wait for it. No. Really. Wait for it.
Alright, we're cutting to the chase.
Fro in the house.
Alright, welcome.
Contract.
Oh god, that was a bad thing to put in the contract. Welcome back to the BAS and FRO Fantasy Baseball Podcast.
What have we got today? The
thing that nobody cares about. It's the Froman team reveal for the 2018 Fantasy Baseball season.
That's right, peeps. That's right. This is my team. This is the team I'm playing with in my league this year. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the reveal.
No, it's not what you've been waiting for at all, I think. We did that already. Well, this is just like an extras video. This is pushed to the side.
This is the champion reveal.
Alright. I keep on dreaming, my friend.
No, I am the champion. That's a fact.
Okay.
That is hashtag real news.
Why can't I be Trump once? Fake news. Anyway, let's get going. Today, let's just get it straight to the point. What is your strategy today?
So a couple of things to point out. First, one is that we have 10-person league, for those of you to remind you. And secondly, I drafted last. So I'm on the turn.
Yes.
So my strategy, given that information, is I went for a 6-win strategy, and I'm trying to win all 5 pitching categories and focusing on one key hitting category. That would be stolen bases. So that's it. Drafting to win 6 categories, and those are the areas we're focusing on. But you have a pitching first strategy. Guess what? I'm drafting a lot of pitching first.
Yes, you will see the rotation is a bit manic. I think it's a bit scary. Just a little bit better than mine. I think we can say, with a bit of confidence. I think we can say that too. But let's just get straight to it. So, I think we're going to start with the pitchers first, because that is the main focus of his team.
Yep.
So, let's start with the pitching. Who is your ace?
Well, so I'll pick in pairs, right? So I'm always picking on the turn.
Yeah.
So my first 2 picks 10 and 11 in the draft, are Chris Sale and Corey Kluber.
All right. So let's first start with Sale. K-machine. Absolute K-machine. This guy strikes out anyone. He'll do it to anyone. I mean, this guy is so good. I think. Would you rate him better than Scherzer?
I probably would have taken. I guess in my ideal world, I would have taken Scherzer and Sale. I'm a little bit surprised at drafting that 2 pitchers went before me.
Yeah.
So that means in our draft, actually 4 pitchers went in the top 11 picks.
Yeah, which is quite a lot.
I think it's a lot, actually. But
that
anyway.
could be good for you, because the spread of pitchers is a bit out now.
Yeah, and I'm happy with Sale and Kluber. I think if you have to get, I think Kershaw is the best. I think between Sale, Kluber, and Scherzer, not a lot in it. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those, you'd rather have Scherzer, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta live with it. All right.
So my next turn.
I see a name that, a bit questionable.
Double back down on pitching again.
It's common theme.
So I went Thor and Carlos Carrasco.
Thor doesn't do it for me. I love Carlos Carrasco, but Thor, injuries, what do you think?
Actually, he admittedly got it wrong last year. He tried some new techniques in the weight room. He tried some new techniques in the stretching. He got it all wrong. He bulked up too much. He's had a whole year of resting his arm. Thor is a fantastic pitcher. He is an elite pitcher. So yeah, I am. But I'm betting on a bounce back. But I feel pretty good about, given the circumstances. There was no real arm trouble. He had oblique problems, and other parts of his body were falling apart, but he had no arm trouble, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah. There's no denying his pitching talent. It's just, will he hold it together for the season? And he probably will. That's his job. He'll find a way to take care of his body to make sure he's in tip-top shape, I think.
Yep. And then Carrasco was reliable.
All right.
So right away, everyone else is drafting kind of a mix of players. I'm throwing down 4 times on a starting pitcher.
Yeah,
so
you're throwing down the gauntlet.
Right.
All right.
So what do you follow that up with?
Throwing down the gauntlet again.
But this time, 2 relievers.
Yes. Can you guess? Of course you can
probably
guess.
reached a little bit on both of them.
There's no probably about it. You definitely
Yeah,
reached.
so I went Kenley and Kimbrel.
Well,
So
if
the
you're building
two,
a reliever strategy, that's who you want, right?
I guess the two best guys out there, Kenley
That's
and
who
Kimbrel.
you want. That's who you got. Nothing else needs to be said. Let's move on. I
Right.
think no one can complain about that.
Probably my only impact I didn't like about that, I think I caused some panic in the draft with relievers.
Cause
And all of a
some
sudden,
panic.
there was also a run on relievers.
Yeah.
And I kind of would have maybe kept that one a little bit under the radar. But anyway, there
Well,
you go.
that would have been kind of nice. In fact, we're going to even check that out because if you see the run of relievers that the Froman caused, Aroldis Chapman went right after him, Osuna, all in the same round as he drafted Kimbrel, and people started to get nervous. And then round 7, Cody Allen went, Knebel went to you. You love causing panic, man.
I did. So what I did for my next turn, I went and got another reliever just to kind of
Knebel.
solidify my position. Got Knebel,
and then your next pitcher, who was that?
I believe
Rich Hill. It was Rich Hill. My boy Rich Hill.
I like Rich Hill. Got a great ERA. Pitches for a great team.
Yeah. Rich Hill. Hate the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
But I always have this guy because I had him that one good year in Oakland. He's a for how old he is and how you see him on TV. It's how can these guys not blow this guy out of the park? But he's a solid pitcher.
Yep.
But one thing I want to touch on with your kind of rotation here. I want to know if this is a problem. So you're gonna have a lot of relief pitching, right? So you're going to try and fill out all your slots with relievers. So that's 5, I believe, right? 5 or 6 with relievers?
So let's just complete the team for the listeners out there.
All right, okay.
So to finish off the pitching team, I went back and doubled it again. So I got Brad Hand and Vizcaino for the Braves.
Yep.
And I got, rounding out my team, I got Clevenger.
Right.
So I think if I were to draft that again, maybe I'd have one more starting pitcher as an ideal. But I got my eye on some people out there. I can pick up some pitching on the waiver wire, so I'm not worried about that.
Well, if there's one thing you're good at, it is picking up players. So I wouldn't be too concerned if I were you. But let's touch back on my point. So since you have so many aces, right, so many good pitchers, do you think it'll be hard to be able to fit everybody into your lineup? Because they usually all pitch around the same time, so you're gonna, you probably have 3 or 4 top pitchers on their team. Like Syndergaard's probably gonna throw opening day. Kluber's gonna throw opening day. Sale's gonna throw
I
opening
get your
day.
question. Not historically, having done the strategy a few times. Historically, it does work out, particularly as you get in mid-season, because through injury and rain delays and doubleheaders and all sorts of DL stuff. I mean, the rotation gets jumbled up anyway,
Right,
it does tend to work out.
All right, cool.
So I wouldn't dissuade anybody from doing a heavy pitching strategy based on you can't fit them all in.
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite. You have a heavy hitting strategy. You got a lot of good players sitting on the bench doing nothing.
Yeah, you saw that with my team.
Yeah.
I mean, I got players like Marwin Gonzalez. They just sit on the bench. I mean, that's the one downside of hitting strategy. It's great on a Monday or Thursday travel day when you can fill your lineup with players. Yeah. But is that worth 6 roster spots?
That's right.
I don't know.
So should we go through my hitting lineup and then go through the results of how it happened?
Yeah, let's go through your hitting lineup. Who was your catcher?
Well, bear in mind I'm trying to do a couple things here, really. One is I'm trying to win stolen bases, but I want to be competitive also in batting average.
Yeah,
that's important to me.
This is your tried and tested strategy.
So I don't have to win batting average. I want to be in the mix.
Right.
So if you want that, there's only one catcher for that strategy in my book, Real Muto.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably get someone like a Sanchez or whatever, but why burn a pick on him? Real Muto's available, in the 15th round or so. I think maybe got him in the 13th round, but I mean, he's a quality catcher. I like him on the Nats this year.
Yeah, well, there's definitely, he's definitely what you want. And don't waste a pick on Gary Sanchez. You've said it once, we'll say it again. for this strategy, who would you rather have, really? Syndergaard or Gary Sanchez? It's a no-brainer.
And then, so my first baseman, similar. There's only really one obvious pick. If you can't get an elite player here, that's Ian Desmond.
Yeah,
he's projected to get right around 20 stolen bases. His it's about 280.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
For my second baseman,
can I just take a guess? Because I think we all know it's going to be Yoel Moncada, isn't it?
It is Moncada, of course.
It's always this guy.
Same. Upside potential. Maybe have a little bit of challenges with the batting average, but I got people who can play second base, so I can easily swap him out. Not too worried about that.
Well, yeah.
As you will see.
You will see a lot of second base eligible players. Holy moly.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on.
My third baseman, I love this guy, ex-Giant. This guy plays every day. He plays for a great team.
Plays everywhere.
It plays everywhere on the field and always seems to produce the numbers at a more than acceptable fantasy level. Eduardo Nunez.
Yes. We know him from our Giants days. This guy plays every day, everywhere, always giving some guy a rest.
Yeah.
Good player.
Over 300, and I have right around 30 stolen bases. Nice.
Perfecto, I think we call that.
Then my shortstop, actually my first hitter I picked.
Yeah, not often you say that. Shortstop, first hitter drafted, unless it's Trey Turner.
Yeah, that's right, around the 9th or 10th pick. It was Segura.
Yeah, Gene Segura. Yeah. That was right after, I don't know who, I think that was your combo with Knebel, wasn't it?
Maybe it was, yeah.
Yes, so, Gene Segura, again, 300 stolen bases. That's,
330, he's a 300 guy, love it.
Lovely stuff. And it makes you a bit more competitive in runs there. Yep. You'll see in the team, there are some players who could deliver some runs for you.
Exactly. I think I can do some run damage.
Yeah.
So my outfielders, another guy I just like because he's just solid. I mean, he's kind of boring player.
A lot of the team are, really.
But they just delivers, and that's Ender and Ciarte.
Yeah, boring player. But strategy. Yep. Sometimes players who fit the strategy are boring. You saw it with me. You'll see it. You see it here now.
25 stolen bases, going to hit 300.
Perfecto.
Next player on my outfield, a guy who's got eligibility at second base and shortstop as well. Again, kind of a boring player. Chris Taylor for your Dodgers.
Yeah, dude. You seem to make a habit out of drafting Dodgers. That's number 3, and maybe more to come.
Yeah.
You fake Giants fan. Yeah. What's this? What is this garbage?
So Chris Taylor, again, just a guy who's going to hit right around 300, going to do right around 20 stolen bases. I like it.
Yeah, I like this so far. I hate the Dodger element, man.
So my last outfielder kind of does a little bit of break with my strategy. Because his batting average might be a little bit less than normal, but the guy's been ripping the ball in spring training. He's highly thought of after as a prospect, and it's Ian Happ of the Cubs. And I just think there's a lot of upside there.
Okay.
He won't probably get me quite as many. He's more of a 10 to 15 stolen base guy.
Right.
But I just like him. I like him, and I couldn't pass on him when he was there.
Okay, do you have a backup outfielder maybe? So, like, if he's not doing so well for you, you could swap him out? Or how's that going to work?
Eduardo Nunez?
Yeah, then who's it? So, basically...
I got people I can put in there, yeah.
So, you can configure this in a way so you still have plenty of players available to play?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Well, then that's a worthy pick, because then if it's not working... Take him out, drop him, trade him. Perfect. All right, good stuff.
And then my 2 utility players, I got a couple shortstop, second baseman.
Not often you say that either.
Tim Anderson and Jose Peraza.
Tim Anderson had a pretty good season last season.
They're both kind of similar players. They're going to do kind of 20, 25 stolen bases. Yeah. They're going to hit around 275, 285, both players. I think Peraza got some upside. He plays for a good team.
Plays for a good hitting team, good hitting park. Yep. He's one of the guys, him and Billy, it's like, how do you not hit more home runs? You play in one of the easiest parks in the league to hit home runs, but, some players have the pop, some don't, but, good picks, I like it.
And then my back end of the draft, my last 2 players I picked were 2 guys I'm really high on. One is another Dodger, Austin Barnes.
Dude, this has got to stop. Like, this is not right. This isn't right. I mean, it's fancy, but it's just not right.
Yeah, but Austin Barnes a good solid batting average. He's probably going to be the everyday catcher for the Dodgers. He
Yeah.
bizarrely has got second base eligibility as too.
Hey, I'll take it.
How often do you see that catcher second base?
Hey, I'll take it. No problem.
So I'm high on him. I'm betting on some upside. And then my real roll of the dice is your Gleyber Torres.
Oh, prospect from the Yankees, huh?
So I think he's probably not going to be around probably until mid-season. But I'll throw him on my NA here pretty soon and go pick up somebody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do have an NA spot, which I highly recommend, because then you can it allows people to,
You can go park
prospects.
Vladimir Guerrero type player or someone.
Someone like that, or a Acuna,
someone you're high on, but maybe you don't want to burn a spot on him yet.
Yeah, that's what I did with Bellinger last season. It's a good little thing. I think I don't think enough people take advantage of it. That and multiple DL slots, I don't think enough people use. Yep. But all right, Gleyber Torres, and I think that rounds it off.
So how did I do though? So I actually did achieve my strategy, and I did win 6 categories. So I won in terms of like the end of draft Yahoo Analytics.
Right. Yes.
I was the leader in all 5 pitching categories, and I was a leader in stolen base categories. It was close. I was only leading by about 5 or so.
I think I was probably second.
I think you were second. So it's not like it's a runaway lead. I mean, it is a runaway lead in saves and stolen bases, and my ERA is very comfortable. My WHIP's very comfortable.
Yeah, no one's catching you in saves.
But in my stolen bases, I was also leading, and even in batting average, I think I finished 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, you had a pretty good batting average. You can see it through the team. These players are people you'd associate with good batting averages.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where the team might sound a little bit boring, and I think even by my own admission, it's a lot more interesting to draft hitters than it is drafting pitchers.
It definitely is.
But if you follow the analytics, I'm not saying you should, but it's not a bad indicator. I'll win every week 6-4. Mm-hmm. And if you win 6-4 every week, guess what? You're going to be a champion.
Yeah.
They call that champion.
That's what I found out 2 years ago, what you found out 3 years ago, and then repeated last season.
Yeah.
So, all right, I like that a lot, and I think that's going to be it, right?
That's it. Hey, and also, just a little fillet out there for the listeners. Got my own Twitter account now.
Yes. We will link in the description, right? We will link that in the description.
So in case you can't wait for that, it's @Fro in the house.
I know. I also am considering making a new Twitter account. Let me know if that's something you want to happen, because I don't really love my @ but that's something for another time. Let's just wrap this up. So, BAS and FRO Fantasy Baseball Podcast checking out.
Peace out, bro.
All right. Let's see you guys next time.